Well, let's do some cooking with Tanya. Hi, Tanya.
Hi, Ron. Welcome back.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Yep, it's summertime.
It is.
It is.
Time for lighter things.
Okay, there's a lot. I have a lot of friends that will not light their oven
Really?
in the summertime. It doesn't make much difference to me. Summer or winter. My oven doesn't really heat up the kitchen. And,
Right.
But I have friends that will not light their oven.
Wow.
But we do a lot of barbecuing.
Sure.
Yeah. So,
You got a beautiful barbecue area.
Yes, and we eat outside every single night that we can.
Sure.
That the weather is, when it's not raining.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, good. So what are we doing this
Well,
segment?
we're going to do a cherry coffee cake.
Ooh.
But I'm using it for dessert, so I don't know. It doesn't necessarily have to be a coffee cake. Kind of gives you the impression that it's for breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it necessarily has to be for breakfast because I'm going to use it for dessert tonight.
Sure.
So we're going to go over here and we're going to do. It's a little bit different of a cake. There's going to be yeast in it. So the texture's more like a cinnamon bun rather than like a cake.
Oh, yes.
But we're going to do it in a 9x13. So it'll be pretty interesting.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go over here.
Okay, we're going to start off. It looks like flour.
No, it's this.
Oh, cake mix.
It's 1.5 cups of cake mix.
And it's butter recipe golden.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow.
Then we're going to put 1 cup of flour.
Uh-huh.
And we're going to mix that up. Then I'm going to put 2 eggs lightly, and I'm going to beat them up.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to get 2/3 of a cup of really hot water. Now I have real hot water here. If your water isn't really hot, you might have to put your water in your microwave because you need to bring the temperature up to at least 110, or your yeast won't work.
Right.
So it's 2/3 of a cup of really hot water of water at 110 to 120 degrees.
Uh-huh.
And if you're not sure, just throw a little thermometer in there.
Sure.
Yeah, I got 120 there.
Good. Well, that's hot water coming out of your faucet.
Yeah, I have really hot water here. I'm going to put the yeast right in there. It doesn't matter.
Oh, you got the yeast. Fleischmann's the yeast.
The eggs, you want to make sure that they're room temperature. Otherwise, you've defeated your purpose here with the hot water.
Oh, yes.
Because your cold eggs will just bring the temperature of your water down.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget, I didn't use the whole thing, that whole box.
Right.
I just used 1.5 cups because we're going to take the rest of it. And usually don't do this, do I? Usually put it on the beef mixer. We're going to take the rest of it and put some butter in it and make a crumble for the top.
Oh, great.
And just beat this until it's smooth.
Nice and smooth.
Yeah.
Now, why are you doing it by hand and not in the mixer?
Oh, you don't need it in the mixer.
It's just not...
It's not a big enough deal to dirty the mixer.
Uh-huh.
And we're going to just spray a 9x13. And we're going to pour this in there. And if you use this for a coffee cake in the morning, it's really pretty quick. So it wouldn't be much of a problem to do that.
Right. And of course, with the yeast in there, it will rise.
Yes, it will.
Now, do you have to let it stand?
No.
So you don't have to.
No. Now we're going to take just the
Comstock cherries.
plain old cherry
These
pie
are
filling.
pie filling
Yeah.
cherries.
And we're just going to spread them over. And you don't necessarily have to do cherry. I mean, if you don't like cherry or if you like something better,
You can do apple.
you can do apple, you can do blueberry, you can do you can do anything like that. I wouldn't use fresh fruit. It leaps too much.
Right. Oh, that looks so good.
Okay. Then we're going to take the rest of this cake mix.
Uh-huh.
Now we're going to take the rest of this
Cake mix.
cake mix.
Put it in another bowl.
And then we have a third of a cup, which was what we figure 6¼ teaspoons or tablespoons of butter.
And real butter, of course.
And yeah, and I use unsalted butter and cold. It need to be kind of like making a pie crust. You know, you got to have it cold because we're gonna do this.
Oh, mash it up.
If you want it to make a crumble, yeah. If you really wanted to, you could put this in the food processor and make this a little easier on yourself. But then you got to wash the food processor, so I don't know how much easier it is. I'm trying to be.
Everything done by hand.
Yeah, well, I don't usually. I do like machines, but this was just too simple to dirty a machine to do. And then we're just going to bake it, and then we're going to make like just a glaze, like a powdered sugar and water glaze, and drizzle it over it. That kind of makes it kind of coffee cakey, I guess.
Right.
But really interesting recipe.
Boy, it is, and it's so simple.
It really is. And if you don't have one of these little things that to make pie crust with, you can use a couple of forks.
Sure.
A couple of knives, anything to cut the butter into the cake mix. And this is about what you want it to look like. You don't want it smushed. You don't want to make a paste out of it. You want pieces of butter because that makes it nice and crispy. Okay.
Very good. Oh, now you're just ready to put it over that?
Yeah, I'm just going to put this over here.
Oh, wow.
And since I like nuts, I'm going to put some nuts on top.
And I bet they're pecans.
There they are, pecans.
You just love pecans.
I do.
They are. They're really good tasting.
I really like pecans. So, and the recipe doesn't call for it, so you don't necessarily have to do it. But
It makes it a little better, I would
well,
think.
I just like nuts. So
Yeah.
I put nuts on everything. Pretty much. And I like the crunch, too. Now we're going to bake this in a 350-degree oven. I think for about 20 minutes. 25 minutes.
That all, huh?
Okay. Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, no, it says 35 minutes. I'm sorry.
Okay, 35 minutes.
Yeah, this will probably cook in about 30 minutes. Okay.
Wow, now what are we doing?
Okay, we're going to make the glaze now for the
Oh,
coffee cake when it comes out. This is a cup of powdered sugar. Then we're going to put 1 tablespoon of corn syrup.
yeah, Caro.
Yeah. And a couple tablespoons of water. Let's try this. Let's try 1 first and see. And just mix it up, make a little glaze. And we're just going to drizzle this over. Get my hand out of the way here. Come on, get up there.
And you want it in sort of a paste.
Yeah, this is going to put another
Water in. Doesn't take much.
No, it really doesn't. There it goes. You can put this like in a plastic Ziploc bag and cut the corner off and do the little drizzle. I usually just stick a fork in it and do, you know, like that.
Right, yes.
So
make it easy.
But that's how you want it.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll just go on the top when it comes out.
Oh wow, this has been about what, 35 minutes?
It's been like about 25, I think.
25 minutes.
My oven cooks faster though.
Ah.
Doesn't that look good?
Oh yes.
Smells good too.
Boy, that roast
Yeah.
just filled up that dish. See the cherry underneath, that red, little red?
That looks good. Okay, it's a
That
little...
does look like a coffee cake.
It does, it does.
But it'd be a great dessert because it's a cake mix.
My husband had to come in and look at that.
Oh, yes.
My husband has a huge sweet tooth.
Yes.
And then we would take this and we would drizzle this.
Uh-huh.
See, like that. It's a little too hot to do right now, but that's what I'm going to do.
Oh, right. Well, we can see what's going to happen.
Yeah. Just makes it a little extra sweet.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Now that would feed a lot, really.
Oh, yeah. It's a big cake, huh?
Uh-huh.
Okay. That's all I'm going to do for now,
Sure.
but you get the idea.
Right.
And then that's it.
Oh, wonderful. Mmm.
Yum, yum.
Tanya, once again, you've done it.
Well,
Something really fairly easy, really.
that was easy, quick.
And not many
and-
ingredients?
No, it doesn't. And the cake mix thing gives it a little head start.
Right.
So, yeah. And it fluffed up.
It sure did. Looks great.
But that's for,
Yeah.
I'm going to serve that for dessert. So.
And your guests will rave about it.
Yeah, they don't have to know it's
And
called
you
a
said,
coffee.
oh, I've been all day working on it.
Don't you love that commercial where she sprays the flour on her face?
Oh, yes.
I'm like,
Right. Well, good. Well, thanks so much. We've been cooking with Tanya.
well, thanks, Ron.
Until next time, bon appetit.
We'll see you next time.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
How about doing a little cooking with Tanya? Hi, Tanya.